gracious me!
What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to Team of the Week predictions, week 32. A few big names knocking about the place, nothing too crazy so far. However, if you are on that League SBC grind, which I'm sure most of you are because it's everywhere right now, this could be of interest to you. There's some investment opportunities. A lot of the players that are actually quite expensive already could potentially be getting informs, making them even more expensive. First player on the list is going to be Walton. Penalty save and a Man of the Match award in a 2-1 win over Leeds to halt their progress in promotion. Next player on the list is one that I desperately want to see. It is a Newport County centre-back. 2 goals, 3-1 win. Would that be enough for a League 2 card? I ask myself. Well, he's a centre-back, so I'm hoping so. I really am hoping so, but we'll have to wait and see. Next on the list is Burko. If I've said that wrong, I do apologise. 2 goals and 1 assist in a 3-0 win. I've had to go down into the lower leagues of German football for this, but you never know. 2 goals could be enough, and 1 assist, of course. Up next, Callum Robinson of Preston. They absolutely thumped Ipswich 4-0. He got 2 of those goals, and he got an assist in the process as well, and of course was crowned man of the match. Linson up next with a hat-trick in a 4-1 win. This would be a position change. I believe he was either left or right mid. He's now going to be a striker. Not a bad little card, actually, considering he'd be around 80 rated. Morrison, not from the Liverpool game, but for the game against Brighton, of course. He got 1 goal, and in fact the only goal, and was crowned man of the match in that 1-0 win over Brighton. Savigny up next. I apologise if I mispronounced that, but this could be one of the guys you pick up. The standard version, because of course the inform would be in packs all next week, and this guy is used in the NIMS SBC, of course, and is quite expensive anyway, so he's only going to rise. He got himself 2 goals and a Man of the Match award and a 2-1 win. Don't take my word for it, but if it happens, hey, quid's in. Up next is Al Sherry with a hat-trick in a 5-1 win. Nothing too crazy to speak of there. Again, though, you could do this SBC method where you pick up the standard version. If he's only a few hundred coins, stockpile a few. And then if he does get an inform for a hat-trick, you'd think he would be in good stead for one. Then you never know. Up next is Augustin Bozat. I apologise. Again, though, he's got himself a hat-trick and could be used for SBC, so just bear that in mind. But going back to the just pure usability of this card, he doesn't look too bad considering his rating. Jose Perez up next, and to be fair, this should probably be a second inform. He's done quite well for Newcastle on occasion this season. He's got a hat-trick this time in a 3-1 win. I'd be very surprised if he didn't make it in this week, but there are a lot of hat-tricks around, so you never know. Can't quite believe I'm saying this in 2019, but Christian Benteke with 1 goal, 1 assist, and a man of the match in a 3-2 win away from home, I might add, against Arsenal. Now, Wilfred Zaha's got a goal in that game. Milivojevic as well has a goal. MacArthur has a goal as well, actually. So there are several players there that could get it, but because he's got man of the match, he got an assist as well, I'm going to go with Benteke. Hamdallah, can you believe it? This guy's in here again, this time for a hat-trick of assists and 1 goal in a 5-0 win. He's only recently had an inform, but we are enough past that now that it could actually happen. So just keep an eye on it. That looks like a decent card, though. The Lazio goalkeeper and former Liverpool transfer target, Thomas Strakosha, with a penalty save in a 2-0 win for Lazio. I mean, goalkeepers are just all over the place. EA could literally choose one that's conceded 6 goals, and it wouldn't surprise me because they will literally do whatever they want when it comes to keepers, but that would be my guess. Up next, 2 good players to possibly invest in should EA decide to give them informs. First, we have Diego Carlos with 1 goal in a 3-2 win. Now, normally, for a centre-back 3-2 win, 1 goal? I don't think so. But they beat PSG. That was their second defeat in as many weeks. I think they lost 2 in 10 days or something, and they halted PSG winning the league. I think they've done it now because Lille cocked up a little bit and ended up drawing. But that aside, it's still a defeat, and PSG have only lost 3 all season. Up next, we have Ricardo Esquiao. I'm not sure how to say his name. He is now a right back, position change from a right mid, I believe. 2 assists and a Man of the Match award in a 2-0 win. You could add a clean sheet to that as well if you really want to. Not sure about his right back credentials. Could actually be a right wing back. Not that it makes much of a difference because you can position change them anyway. But still, again, could be worth investing in. Or could be worth picking up if you're a fan of him, of course. Up next is Alexandro. Potentially one of, if not the highest rated player this week. for scoring a goal and getting a Man of the Match award in a 2-1 win. I'm not saying he's a shoo-in for it, but if EA are looking for high-rated cards, which I would imagine they would do, because this week's Team of the Week doesn't have that many of the high-rated cards, then Sandro will almost certainly be there. I'm not going to complain, though, because he would walk straight into my starting 11. Despite only a 2-1 win for Barcelona this weekend, not exactly a convincing performance by any stretch of the imagination, I am still going to put a defender in there from that game. Lenglet, however you say his name, 1 goal and a Man of the Match award in that 2-1 win. There were a couple of Game of Thrones cast members in the crowd as well. Not that that matters, but I thought that was quite funny. Luis Gustavo up next with 1 goal and a Man of the Match award in a 3-1 win for Marseille. This is an important one, actually, because if you're up for, completing a lot of the, not league SBCs now, just standard SBCs with like the Player of the Months and such, and of course you've got Team of the Knockout stage and Team of the Season isn't too far away. This card will now start to rise if he does get an inform, and of course he's 83 rated. He's very handy for those SBCs. Just bear that in mind. This is turning into a bit of an investment trading guide. But Luis Gustavo, our 5th player in the starting 11. There are a few MLS players this week that could be in contention. I've got a lot of possibles, sure, but there weren't many massive names. Pozzuelo for Toronto caught my eye with 2 goals and a Man of the Match award and a 4-3 win. There is another player in that game actually that got 2 goals for Toronto, so it could either be him or the striker. But Pozzuelo has only recently moved. He's doing really well. This would be his second inform in Toronto colours, so fingers crossed because it looks alright. Koke up next. He got 1 assist and a Man of the Match award and a 1-0 win. Now, I'm not that excited about this, not because it's not usable. That's not the problem. The issue for me is that he has a Scream card that is 86 rated that has better stats than this. He has a UCL card. I just don't see the point in yet another 86 rated left mid Koke, but, there we go. This next card is 100% in there for the rating. I would actually give it to Digne, the left back. He would be an 84, I think. I'm not going to put him in the possibles. I'm just going to mention him here. He got a goal, and I think he even got Man of the Match, Digne, in a 4-0 win over Manchester United, which surprised, I would imagine, even the most hardcore Everton fans. But Gylfi Sigurdsson has managed to score a goal and get an assist in that 4-0 win, and he already has an 86 rated inform. So in terms of trying to sell packs and the fact that we don't have that many high-rated cards in the Team of the Week this week, I think Gylfi Sigurdsson is a shoo-in. And finally, Marco Reus. This is an interesting one, right? Because Marco Reus has got 1 goal, 2 assists, and a Man of the Match award and a 4-0 win for Dortmund. That is all but guaranteed as far as a high-rated card is concerned for a big club. That's an inform. And I'm not saying that he's not going to get it, but what I'm saying is if he does get it, he still has higher-rated cards out there because of Player of the Month. Now, the question: should informs count as the maybe 1 tier lower than the highest rated Player of the Month? So, for instance, I believe Royce has, 3 Player of the Month cards? Should this inform be the same rating as the second highest? So it's not quite the highest rating, so people who did the SBC will obviously not feel cheated, but I just don't feel giving him this inform 2 or 3 ratings lower than the highest Player of the Month, there's even a point. Who's going to want this card? Because there are so many other cards higher rated. That's just my thought process. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Mbappe up next for his, a load of goals really against Monaco. They won the league now. I'm not sure if it was secured before the game. I think it was because Lille, they didn't win, did they? I think they drew 0-0, which basically gave the title for the PSG. It was a foregone conclusion anyway. PSG have been sort of messing around with the last couple of games, but they've absolutely thumped Monaco. And Mbappe will get himself a Team of the Week card. So that will redeem the Team of the Week, if you ask me, because it looked a little bit shabby up until that point. But there we go. A ridiculously high-rated Kylian Mbappe. The possibles up next, of course, and you should always look into this as if it's part of the Team of the Week predictions, because often I will get players correct that are in the possibles. I just couldn't find room for them in the starting 11 or the reserves and the subs. A-League fans up first with Champness. 2 goals and 1 assist in a 6-1 win. If this guy was a gold and playing for a Premier League team, hands down, but you know the rules. EA don't like to reward lower leagues. Diane of Galatasaray up next with 2 goals and a Man of the Match award and a 3-1 win. And yes, EA do count the Turkish league as a smaller league, so I would be very surprised to see him in this week's Team of the Week. Odegaard could feature, but I went with his teammate, and I forget his name, Linson I think it was. Odegaard with a hat-trick of assists in that 4-1 win, and he was also crowned man of the match, but this is like his third attempt, who knows. Delort up next, the Montpellier striker with 2 goals and a man of the match award and a 3-1 win. Again, the lower teams in the French league not really counted by EA that often, which is a shame. And Reichter, no idea how to say that guy's name, I tried my best. 2 goals and a man of the match award and a 6-0 win for Augsburg. And that is a whopping result, and honestly someone should be rewarded for that, but I just can't see it happening. I've been waiting for months. In fact, I've given up. Alex Teixeira could be in for an inform, but is it too late? Because the card looks decent, but he won't be able to cut it anymore. He'd be a little bit like Lucas, a good little pacey player, but unable to really keep up with the big boys. He managed to get himself 2 goals and a man of the match award and a 5-1 win. I'm not even sure that'll be enough. He's done that all season, and still EA have overlooked him. Real Madrid fans may have noticed, no Benzema, despite scoring a hat-trick in a 3-0 win. What's up with that? He's only just had a 90 rated SBC card. He's got a couple of other special cards besides. I've got a funny feeling about this one. I don't know why. It's not like factual. I don't know anything that you don't. I just have a feeling he will miss out. It's going to be one of those, well, where is he kind of situations. But, I may be wrong. I've been wrong in the past. We'll have to wait and see. That will do it for this week's Team of the Week prediction. So feel free to let me know if I have indeed missed anyone in the comments down below. Smack that like button if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, of course. And until the next time, goodbye.